there, it's me, Breanna, and you're listening to That Time We Got Reincarnated as an Anime Podcast, episode 21. Welcome back to the reincarnation.
Too much energy already.
Oh, okay.
Reel it in.
Reel it back, Breanna, reel it back. Well, I mean, I think it's my sweater. My sweater, you guys, says we're going to see some tits. When I put this on, the energy was already high, you know? I said, oh.
She woke up, she was like, how can I get demonetized today?
Yeah, every day I think that, because we are a monetized podcast, of course, as everybody knows. We make lots of money.
We're rich. You think I'm affording all these luxuries?
You can find us on YouTube at Save the Game Media and podcast services. If you do want to show Save the Game Media some extra love and get early access to our content, you can find us on patreon.com/Save the Game Media. I do have a request for you guys if you're joining the Patreon and you're joining of course, the reincarnation. Please let us know that you're part of the reincarnation. You can join the Discord. You'll get tagged as like you can like link your Discord and the Patreon. And then we'll have you, like, you'll be listed as a patron. And then you can, like, message us and say, hey, I want to be recognized as one of the members of the reincarnation.
How come we don't have a channel?
We do.
No, we just have a general anime, manga, comics channel.
Because that's all that would be. We could get rid of that channel and transfer and, like, make a new channel.
Can we just rename it?
If you really want. I'm
saying, you know, like every other show has their own specific channel.
Do we rename it the reincarnation?
I feel like people might not understand what it's for if we do that quite yet, but
we'll put in parentheses anime.
You know, I'm just saying. I don't think our name would fit.
Things to think about.
But,
okay.
Yeah, just something to think about.
Okay. Well, if you guys are part of the nation, please let us know. We don't want you to be claimed by those other people. So.
You don't want to be with those people.
Yeah, those people. The Xbox and the
Sony ponies.
Thank you. Sony ponies. So, yeah. Today, you guys, I'm joined by my co-host and friend, Kyle. That's the other voice you're hearing. Before we get started, how are you today, Kyle?
I bought a white noise machine that's got like 30 different settings.
Okay. My best friend has one of those. She listens to it every night.
Yeah. Gonna try that out. So far, I really like either the ones where it's raining or the crashing waves.
Oh God, I love the sound of rain.
Yeah, it's got this brown noise, and man, that sounds horrible.
Dude, I love brown noise. It's for like, it's a particular kind of like neurodivergent that it helps. I think specifically like ADHD is like one of the ones that like brown noise can help with. So it's very specific. But I personally love brown noise.
It's also got pink noise. Never heard of that before.
Yep, that one's a good one too.
But it's got a bunch of other ones. So I'm gonna give that a go.
One of my favorite things, by the way, since we're talking about these machines, my best friend, last year I stayed with her for just under a week, and have you seen those memes that's like, hey, do you mind if I play some white noise? And then they like turn on really loud noise or whatever. It felt like that, but it wasn't loud noise. It just was like all of a sudden it was just really silly, right? She's so cute. I freaking love her. She like has this little eye mask that she puts on. She has not one, but 2 noise machines because she plays white noise on her white noise machine and on her phone, and they're playing different noises.
That would drive me insane.
She has this whole routine when she's like getting ready for bed where she's like, I turn on this noise and then I turn on this noise and then I do, and it's so cute. I love her so much. Anyways, that was what I was thinking of. I was like, oh, then you need a second white noise machine. You ship me and my friend that's married to my cousin.
Yeah, I'll ship it.
I do too.
Well, I assume your cousin's a boy.
My cousin is a boy. My best friend is not.
Yeah. There we go.
You know what? You're so right. I ship Garrett and I too. She's a cutie. Love her.
Forgot what else I was gonna say.
Something about sleeping, white noise machine.
Yeah, I did buy that. It's set over on the floor there, right from where I'm gonna sleep. I bought some new figures this week.
Oh, wait, you put the picture in the Discord, right?
Yeah, and I don't know. Did I send the other picture? I bought a Ari Makano one too. Froze. That's not a good sign. It's just me and the world and the nation. Or I froze.
And it's having issues. Oh, nope. It's still freezing. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
As it
No,
freezes today.
Oh, I see you talking, but then I hear it like 10 seconds
Delayed.
later.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool.
It's okay. We'll make it work.
Yeah, I bought a Kana figure as well. It's her in her idol outfit.
I did not see that one.
Oh, that one's really nice too. I looked at my pre-order list. It's gonna get pretty expensive in November and December. There's a lot. Although they always get like delayed or they don't come in on time, so I never really worry that much when it stacks up because I'm like, something's gonna get delayed. So we'll see. But that's me. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm a little tired. That's why we canceled because we were supposed to record yesterday, but that's why I had to move it is because I went whale watching and I'm tired from that. But it was a good time. I saw a lot of cool animals. I saw like jellyfish and whales and seals and birds and otters.
Did you do what Dory does in Finding Nemo and talk like and do the whale?
No, I should have. That would have been really funny. You should have been there.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Wasn't invited.
That's not true.
No, it is. I mean, she definitely didn't invite me. Everybody.
I mean, you would have been invited, but you won't even get on a plane. So how are you gonna get invited?
I didn't say I'll never get on a plane. I've just never been on a plane. I've never been in a situation where I need to be on a plane.
Okay, we'll come visit then.
But having said that, Pokemon.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Hold on, Pokemon World is in Anaheim next year, and then the year after that, it's in San Francisco. Oh, so want to go. So want to go to both.
I would not necessarily recommend Anaheim unless you're also going to Disney. But San Francisco's great.
So we'll see about that. Yeah. But whale watching.
Yep, whale watching was good. We did end up getting a little bit motion sick. Like I don't normally get motion sick on boats, but because of like how the boat was turned, so the waves were pretty big from like the wind and stuff. So when the boat was like rocking like this way, I don't know if my camera's working or not, but it's like rocking front to back. I was like, fine. But then she turned the boat sideways and the boat started like tipping side to side. And that's when like we all kind of were like, ooh, that's not a good time. But I was on the front of the boat, which is also like the rockier part of the boat because it's got less weight. So also partially my fault. But I am glad that I was at the front because apparently 6 people threw up in the back. And I would have 100% thrown up.
I thought you were going to say like 6 people went overboard.
No. That would have been funny though, right?
They got eaten by
we just started throwing children overboard.
It was also a whale feeding.
Yeah, exactly.
Whales don't eat people.
Dude, I was telling Sam about this earlier today, and his response was, why would you go? What if you got eaten by sharks? I said, huh?
What?
He was worried about sharks. So he wouldn't go whale watching in case of sharks. Is what he told me.
He knows sharks are only like in certain parts of the water, right?
Where I was, there were sharks there. We just didn't see them. But like the sharks isn't gonna like jump in the boat.
There's like I don't know 5 shark attacks like a year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then he started going off about alligators, about how I shouldn't just be swimming in lakes in case of alligators. I said, you're on the wrong side of the country.
Yeah, no, you have to come to the other side of the country and like head south.
Yep, that's what I told him. And he said, "That's crazy. You still are closer to the alligators than you should be." And I was like, "What?" Anyways,
you're about 3,000 miles away.
Yep. I'm pretty far away from alligators, but I do like jumping off in the middle of big bodies of water and swimming. So
who doesn't?
It's fun. Sam, apparently, he was freaking out about it. He was like, "You do what?" So I freaked Sam out. He's like, "This is what's wrong with Americans."
What a sheltered boy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you don't just ever get on a boat, go out in the middle of nowhere, jump off the boat. Like, that sounds like a sad life. I don't know.
This guy. I don't know.
Okay. Well, question for you. Actually, yeah. Question. We'll let you go first. Question for you. What have you been watching?
I watched because it was added to Crunchyroll. Spy Family, Code White.
I'm so behind on Spy Family.
It was funny, but also so over the top ridiculous that I'm like it was made by like the creator like in collaboration with him, but it's definitely like not canon or whatever. And you could skip this entire movie and nothing would be affected like with the series or whatever. But it was good. The animation was really good. Wit and Cloverwork killed it as they usually do. But your had like some like subplot like of suspecting Lloyd of like cheating, which was hilarious. Lloyd was just
what?
What?
No, I was saying I don't even know if he can cheat if they're like not actually dating.
Yeah, but they like each other.
Yeah.
Anya's. It was so great to see Anya again. She's as hilarious as ever. Some Waku Waku's got in there. Lloyd's just great. But man, the end of that, like the excuses they were coming up with to like get them all in one spot and like not be able to explain how they were surviving or doing all this stuff. I was just like, all right, I'm like, come on, I'm like, you're really grasping at straws here. But it was funny, it was good. It's on Crunchyroll now.
Time,
so if you enjoy the series, you'll enjoy the movie. It's fun. And you don't need to have seen season 2 or anything to watch the movie. You can just if you've seen season 1 and want to watch the movie, you can totally do it. It's like a complete side adventure, really.
Sounds like a great time.
It was a great time. Then I watched more Cardcaptor Sakura.
Woo! Love that show.
I'm still having, I don't know. I feel like after episode like 47, my like enthusiasm fell off a cliff, and I don't know if I just burned out on it for a little bit. Because the episodes are good. I hate the new character though. I hate him. I don't enjoy him at all. I don't know. I felt like we could have ended it, but like the things happening are cool. I'll keep watching like an episode here and there, just to continue it, and I'll get through it eventually.
I was gonna say you got to make it to clear card. You got to get that new art style.
I will, yeah. It's taking a little bit.
That's okay.
And it might be because I'm watching, 18 other things throughout the week. No Shinoko this week. They were on a break.
What a freaking week to take a break. That was really messed up of them, honestly.
Just to make you wait an extra week.
Cliffhanger.
Alia had a really cute episode that I really enjoyed. And I see, you know what? A little rant. I see a bunch of people online talking about how Alia as a character is like boring and she's like not interested. Yeah. And like I see all this hate like directed towards her, and they're like she ruins this show. And I'm like, I think you're stupid. I think everything you just said is stupid. Alia's great. Their chemistry is great. But then I see a bunch of people that are like, Yuki ruins the show. Her dynamic with her brother is so gross. And I'm like, she's kidding. She's joking. I was like, I don't know how you're not getting this. She's hilarious.
Honestly, I think that her character is funny because like they're playing on the dumb incest trope.
Yeah.
Like they are aware of the trope where there are so much like ciscon, brocon like characters that are for real that they're like she's knowingly playing on it. And if you didn't understand that from when they broke the fourth wall,
yeah, she literally
like they literally
the
break the fourth wall.
He's like, who are you talking to?
Yeah, like if you don't understand it from all of that, then like you clearly don't understand like what a joke is. That's crazy.
Yeah, so Alia's great, and it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous show. But that had a good episode this week. Pseudo harem continues to be fun. Just more. What? It's not an actual harem.
I know. I'm just like the show.
It's
sounds
good.
So crazy.
It's a good show.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm positive.
No, I'm not saying are you sure? I'm saying sure.
Oh, okay. No, I mean everything just continues to be great. I'm caught up on everything. Monogatari also took the week off, but they're starting a new arc next week, and man, my boy got a glow up in the new trailer they put out. He's looking like an older vampire that's ready to just. Oh, it's gonna be great! Can't wait. Shinobu focused arcs are the best.
So behind on Monogatari. Not even gonna try at this point.
And then Too Many Losing Heroines continues to be great. I think that's probably in right now. If I had to give my top 3 of the season, it'd probably be Oshinoko, Monogatari, and Too Many Losing Heroines.
Okay.
They're all fantastic, but killer season.
Yeah, it's a pretty good season. I think that if I had to give my top 3, I think I would probably do Magical Girl, Oshinoko, that one's just default. And probably Alia.
I like all.
No, my senpai is in Otoko no Ko.
Are you still watching that? I haven't heard you talk about it lately.
Yes, because I'm behind on everything.
Oh, okay.
You know, what have you watched? Stuff. So I caught up on Alia this week. As I had expressed as my intention last week, I decided to focus on one show at a time, so that way it was like easier to catch up, and then like focus on doing that, and then like as a new episode of the shows I've already caught up on comes out, we'll do that kind of thing. So I caught up on Alia. I believe I'm 100% caught up. I could be wrong. There might be one episode I didn't see.
Did you see the birthday episode?
Yes.
Then you're caught up.
Okay, cool. So then, yeah, I'm completely caught up on that then. What else? I'm keeping up on everything else. Twilight Out of Focus. Magical Girl this week was really cute.
It was so cute.
I'm tentatively trying to catch up on Nokotan, but it's kind of hard to binge that one because it's just not that it's a bad show. It's just so ridiculous that it feels like my brain is like rotting out of my head as I watch it.
You know? What did you text me something about cheese or something in her antlers?
Dude, bananas.
Bananas, that's what it was.
She literally, I'm not kidding you guys, this deer girl cracks her antler off and then opens it, and there's a banana in her antler that she just eats. What is going on in the show? And by the way, there's no context that makes that make sense. Like it's not like I'm taking it out of context. It just is.
She removes her head all the time.
Also, I sent Kyle a screenshot of a random anime this week that I literally cannot remember what it is, but it was cracking me up because I was like, what the hell is this screenshot? It was literally a deer and like a bug like fist fighting. And it was just a random anime. And I do remember like what happens where it's like these two characters are just watching and then these like the two enemies are like fighting each other and they're like, what's going on? But I just took a screenshot of that forever ago and I don't remember what anime it was besides being just like a random trash anime. So
Okay.
that reminded me of Nokotan because it was deer fighting.
Because it is a deer and it's over the top.
Yeah. Still love the opening song of Nokotan so much. Like, ugh, I need that injected into my veins. Is there anything else? I feel like there's one other thing that I watched, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So we'll just stop there. But that goes into our next segment, which is the news, which one of the news stories today.
It's not really a news story, it's just Bree telling you things.
Yeah, it's just me telling you guys things. I booked 2 a.m. the other day. 2 a.m. I got an ad for a movie that was like, hey, there's going to be a special screening for the first 3 episodes of Dan Da Dan. And if you have been keeping up with this podcast, you know that ever since I've heard of this, not that I read the manga, but ever since I've heard of the TV show and I've been like keeping track of it, I'm really hyped about this show. So I was like a special screening because they're showing the first 3 episodes as like a special event. They're showing the first 3 episodes and they are there's extra content that's going to be theoretically as part of this extra 3 episodes. So I said, oh my God. And I bought tickets because it's only happening one day. And when I went to go get the tickets, there were only a couple seats left. So I'm really glad that I got the ad when I did. Thank you to Instagram ads, I guess. So I'm going to that. That's the first one. So Dan Da Dan, first 3 episodes and a special screening with some extra content. Very much looking forward to that. Then I was like, again, this is 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Breanna is a different person. Then I was like, you know what? The theater that I always go to nearby me, once a week, they usually have some sort of like foreign film that's like, 1 or 2 days. So I was like, I'm just going to check because I haven't really been checking for movies lately and I don't want to miss anything. So then I checked and there was not 1, but 2 anime films coming to the theater. And so I decided to pick up tickets to these films, even though I hadn't heard of them previously. And I figured I may as well watch them. So over the next couple weeks, I'll be watching 3 things, the Dan Da Dan thing. Then I'll be watching this movie called The Concierge. The Concierge is about a hotel that they only have. They basically it's a mysterious department store where the majority of customers are animals. Is the premise, and it looks just interesting enough that I was like, I'll just check it out. Why not? Right? Why not?
Why not?
So I'm gonna go watch that. I'm looking forward to that. It's gotten decent reviews. I would say it's not great, but not terrible. Then the third one is called Trapezium.
I think it's coming to Crunchyroll.
They're putting it out in theaters first. Crunchyroll is the one putting it out in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
So Trapezium is a film adaptation by Cloverworks from a manga. And the premise is a first-year high school student imposes 4 rules on herself in order to become an idol. Her 4 rules are never be active on social media, never have a boyfriend, don't stand out at school, and make friends with beautiful girls from the north, south, east, and west. After doing the hard work, she finally made friends with the shining stars. So it's like it's like basically like an idol kind of thing. And I'm not one to really go watch idol stuff. Kyle knows this, of course, because he is forever trying to get me to watch idol stuff. Not that I hate idol stuff, it's just not something I necessarily go out of my way to watch a lot of the time.
She just hasn't been she hasn't awoken yet to it, you know? One day she'll watch it and she'll have the inner awakening and be like, this is it. This
This
is
has
the
changed
moment.
everything. Yeah, maybe, I guess. Sure. So until that awakening, then, you know, I just haven't like it's not something that I'm like really interested in. However, when I was looking at it, it had a bunch of people working together that I was like, oh, these are all people that I like the people doing the music, the people doing the producing, like some of the like theme songs and voice actors. And then I looked on Crunchyroll and it's getting insanely good reviews. Not insanely good. It's getting really good reviews for a random anime film that I've never heard of. So those were kind of like the determining factors for me, where I was like, you know what? This is a perfect storm of everything. I like going to the theater anyways. So I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna do it. So that is what's going on with me.
I hate going to movie theaters, but I want to see that trapezium film.
You should go.
It's not showing around here.
I would invite you, but as we've established, you refuse to get on a plane.
I'm not flying to LA or wherever it is for a movie.
I'm not in LA.
Well, I don't know. California.
LA and California. Or where I am, I'm a 6-hour drive away from LA. I'm like really far away from LA. No, that's without traffic.
It's horrible.
California is a really big state. I'm not even at the top. I'm like in the middle of California. I'm technically in Northern California, as the locals would say, but I think they're all BSing us because I'm not in the north of California. I'm in the middle of California. So I'm in the Bay Area. So anyways.
Cool.
I guess you'll miss out on this movie. That's really sad.
I mean, I'll just see it when it comes to Crunchyroll.
That's really sad. You'll never be able to watch this movie, and I'll just have to tell you about this incredible idol movie that has converted me into idol.
I hope it does.
I don't know what I was trying to say. I don't know where I was going with that. I was going to say something, but here we are. No, so that's my first news story for you guys because I went crazy at 2 a.m. on a random day this week, and I bought 3 movie tickets. So.
Well, read your next news story because I'm reading the one after it.
Okay. The next news story, you guys, very important news story that I actually didn't even know was happening, but Saint Young Men is getting a live action movie, which I didn't know. I'm very excited about this now that I do know about it. I feel like
Tell me more.
I feel like a bunch of anime of not all anime, but of a lot of anime, I feel like this is one of the most appropriate animes to get a live action. You know? Have you seen this?
No, because I don't know what this is.
So this show.
I told you to tell me more.
This show. Let me give you the premise of Saint Young Men. So Saint Young Men is a slice of life comedy that was originally a manga. Obviously was translated into an anime, is now going to be a live action. It's about Jesus Christ and Buddha living together as roommates in Japan.
Okay. Yeah. That's it? That's the whole thing?
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like Buddha's like, oh, I got to show you around Japan. Like this stuff is awesome. And it's like stuff about like them going to like there's one that's like they go to like I think it's an onsen that they go to. If not, it's just a regular bathhouse, and they like meet Yakuza there.
Yakuza there. Okay. Yeah.
And it's just Jesus and Buddha hanging out with Yakuza, but they don't know that it's Yakuza. And yeah, it's really interesting. It's really a bizarre show. I really recommend it. Anyways, the film has released a trailer showing the main cast members, including new cast members, Takayuki Yamada and Tsuyoshi Muro. Jesus will be played by Kenichi Matsuyama, and Buddha will be played by Shota Somatani. Yamada, who serves as the producer for the film, says, quote, and this is like a translation from Japanese to English, obviously, I am very happy to be able to make a film adaptation of Saint Young Men. The film's story is a typical one that will be enjoyed not only by fans of the original manga, but also by those who are new to Jesus and Buddha's Vacation. The cast is superb, and they are as relaxed as ever. Watch the gods of the universe take command. So
cool. Sounds great.
I
Sounds
think
very
I
funny.
think you'd like it. Honestly,
Probably.
it's kind of fun to see, you know, Buddha and Jesus on vacation together as roommates.
Do they introduce themselves as Jesus and Buddha?
I mean, that's their names, so yeah.
And no one questions it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Got it. Perfect.
I mean, they do comedy bits around it, but
Yeah.
like nobody's like, "Oh, that's weird." I think there's one time where they're like, "Man, that guy really does look like Buddha," because he's like doing the like, you know,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Yeah, that's Buddha." like.
Oh, she froze again, everybody. That's a funny face for her to freeze on. I don't know how to kill time right now. What should I do? I mean, I got Sylvia. Bought this at the Pokemon Center. So, you know, there's that. Oh, now it is literally just me. I don't even know how this works. Will she come back? Will she not? Now I've been removed. Now I'm back.
Are we all back?
I mean, I never left.
I mean, you did.
No, you removed me.
No, I didn't. The thing just refreshed. I did not remove anybody, but
all right, cool. Well, since you read that, I will go to the only other news story that we have, which is about Sunrise Studio unveiling their original TV anime, Maibashi Witches, will premiere in April 2025. Bree, you said you don't know what Sunrise is.
I did say that, yeah.
All right, so Sunrise is, I mean, now they're known as Bandai Namco Filmworks, but they've been around since 1972, and they have a bunch of different studios that work on a bunch of different things. They work on a lot of the like Mobile Suit Gundam stuff. They've helped out with My Hero. Trying to think what else they've done. They did Outlaw Star. They do a lot of video game, especially like if it's by Bandai. So they did like the Scarlet Nexus stuff, anime.
Oh, I love that Scarlet Nexus. Not the anime, the game.
Yeah, I didn't really like the anime,
but
they are in this circle, in this podcast. They are most famously known for the fact that they make Love Live.
Oh God!
And they have since the beginning. So they've unveiled the anime.
I stumbled into this, guys. I'm sorry.
First promotional video, visual, main cast, staff, and opening theme song. So the anime story will be set in Maibashi City in the Gunma Prefecture, and it's a coming of age story about 5 high school girls. First year high school student Yuna Akagi lives in an ordinary but unsatisfying everyday life. One day, a mysterious frog named Kurope scouts her and 4 other girls to become the Maibashi witches. Suddenly, a room closet is connected to a mysterious space that brings the girls to a magical flower shop where they sing, dance, and make other people's wishes come true. I am so in.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that this is a magical girl idol anime.
Yep. I'm so in. Let's go.
Oh God. Oh God. Great. No, I'll probably watch it.
Fantastic.
This will be what converts me to magical girlism.
No, you're already converted to magical girlism.
Am I? I meant idolism. That's what I
meant.
My bad. I am converted to magical girlism. You're so right.
But yeah, no, this looks great. I like all the character designs. The story sounds great. Sunrise never steers me wrong. So it's gonna be good. This October we got Love Live Superstar season 3, and then
we
and
got you got
the world has it, really. The world, you're just a hater,
Yeah, just because it's funny.
It's really good.
I'm sure.
Love Live is better than anything you watch. That's a fact.
Really, I watch Free Run.
It's better than Free Run.
Oh, you back up immediately. Immediately. Step back.
I committed to the bit. I had to. That's it. That's it for the news.
That's it for the news, guys. It was a very heavy news week. I can't believe we made it through the news this week. Yeah, we survived, but just barely.
What are we doing now?
What are we doing now? Well, we're gonna see some tits. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. We had determined our topic of the show this week is going to be our favorite manga and light novels. Now,
Okay.
I feel like you'll have a little bit more to say about this than I will, because I do think that you read more manga and light novels than I do. However, I am going to include, I am going to include, just for the sake of me being able to have conversation, also manhwa and like the web manga stuff, because I read a lot more in those spaces.
Cheater.
So, hey, got to do what we got to do for conversations,
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, well, do you have like a top favorite manga? You're like, this is my number one.
Favorite manga. Right now it's probably Free Run. Just because everything about Free Run story is fantastic. But I mean, I feel like that's such a typical answer. Same with Oshinoko. Like, I feel like those are expected from me.
Yeah.
Not
let's
get
an unexpected answer. You're like One Punch Man. I'm just
kidding. No. Boarding School Juliet.
Okay. Google.
Do you not know what Boarding School Juliet is? Oh, you need to go watch the anime right now.
Is it a Yuri?
No.
Really?
It's literally like they took the story of Romeo and Juliet and they set it in like a private school.
Does it have a happy ending? Because I won't watch it if it doesn't.
Yes. Okay. It has a happy ending.
Okay. And the anime is good then?
Yeah, it's great.
Does the anime finish the story, or is it like you have to go to the manga?
Absolutely not. Not even.
So should I watch the anime, or should I just watch the manga or read the manga?
Well, hold on. Well, if you want the definitive ending, you got to read it. But I will say that it's not one of those stories where you need to wait forever for them to like get together or anything.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Ooh, for 2018 TV show too. That's early. Okay, yeah.
And then, but no, the manga is fantastic. All the characters are great. Very, very funny, but also has romantic moments. So, yeah, I'll go with that one first.
Okay, cool. My pick for my favorite manga is going to be Orange.
Orange is really good.
I think Orange is a very profound story. And I think that it's one of those things where it's like, if you're kind of feeling down on humanity, like I think that reading it kind of helps, because it's like you can see how much humans can really care for each other. There's like a specific character that like kind of gives up a lot of stuff, knowing what he could have, and it literally breaks my heart. And it's really good. Definitely, that's one that I will warn you. I personally would say it does have a happy ending. But it will definitely make you cry along the way. So that's my pick. Don't watch the anime.
Right.
The anime's not terrible, but it's also not a very high production quality. So just read it.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, but like I'd already read the manga at that point, so it's like
yeah.
if you haven't read the manga, I don't think it's as good.
The next one I will talk about is K-On! But
Something nobody's ever heard of.
But I'm also going to throw in Bocchi the Rock. Both their mangas are fantastic, and they both had great adaptations, which was great because what's the style? The four panel
Yonkoma?
Koma, yeah, that's what it is. Both of them are their manga are written in that style, but the anime expands on it. I think it's like, I don't know, 70% of K-On! Is like anime original stuff, and it's all fantastic. But the mangas are hilarious, and they're just super quick and easy to read. And man, we need more Bocchi. Just the story gets so good after where they left off. I mean, it was already goated, but your turn.
Okay. I feel like all of my manga is back there. What else do I want to talk about manga wise? You know what? I really want to talk about Love Tractor because I love Love Tractor so much. There is a webcomic, you guys, a Korean webcomic called Love Tractor. I believe it's on Tapas. Love Tractor. Let me double check. It is on. No, it's not. It said that it was on Listen. It's not. It's on Tappy Tune. My apologies. If you want to read it, it's my freaking. It's the love of my life. I love Love Tractor so much. So basically, it's about these. It's a BL. I'll just say that flat out. But it's a BL about this person that moves to the countryside due to family obligations. However, they're kind of going through this like weird breakup where it's like a will they won't they kind of thing, and he meets this farmer that is really cute, and he's just so sweet, and so he's just a really sweet and kind guy. He's just very genuine, and it's a lot of like really it's very healing kind of comic where it's like some things don't work out, but it's because other things are meant to work out, and it's so lovely, and seeing them get together and fall in love, and like, oh, it's just, I love it.
It's really good.
It's really, really good. I will say this one is not spicy. There is like scenes where it's like obvious that they have done something, but it's not like anything happens, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's like one of those like fadeaways and fade in kind of things. So if you're worried about spice, which you shouldn't be, but if you are, you don't have to worry about it for this comic. So it's so good.
For light, I'm gonna combine like a light novel and a manga recommendation, which would be a certain scientific railgun for the manga, and then a certain magical index for the light novel. Currently, after so many years of waiting, Yen Press is finally translating New Testament for Magical Index. So for those who don't know, there's like 50 plus books in Magical Index, and it's still going. But the first like 23 or whatever, 22, I think, are the Old Testament. And then he started the New Testament series, and now he's currently in the Genesis Testament.
Oh, wow.
But so Magical Index follows Toma, and but I think it's like volume 8 or whatever. It kind of shifts to having 3 like main protagonists that like split the main volumes throughout. So Toma Accelerator, who also had his own spin-off manga, but we don't really talk about it. It wasn't very good. And then Hamazura. But all three of them have very different like abilities, different aspects, and they all are kind of doing like different things, but eventually they all kind of like converge because they're all like fighting they're all fighting the same like enemy, but in different ways. And so there's a lot of overlapping stuff. But that's mostly focused on like the magical side of the world. And that's why to get like the full picture, you read Scientific Railgun, because that focuses more on Misaka Mikoto and the science side of the world. And Misaka's in Magical Index. Like, she appears in a whole bunch of the novels, and she's the main focus of a bunch of them as well. But it's mostly like Toma like helping her do things, whereas Railgun, she's the main protag, and it's like, oh, what was she doing during this volume of the light novel? So yeah, fantastic series. I think he has already said he wants to go for the record of having the most light novels in a series. So I hope he gets there, and I'll read them all.
I mean, my thing is like, it's one thing to be like, oh, that would be a cool goal, but it's like, also, don't you want to like make sure that like you actually have something to say?
Oh, he does. He has so much to say. He like cranks out these volumes. He puts out like a new volume every like 4 or 5 months, it feels like.
And they're all like, I don't know, I guess it's like just it's all like good story, I guess.
Yeah, they at least they've all been good so far. I know there's a few that aren't like as well received, but especially in the like New Testament, I think it's like volume 8 onwards, are all so fantastic.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I hope he reaches his goal too then.
Me too.
Okay.
I'm gonna need bookshelves just for that.
Just for the
just for the one series.
I mean, it's worth it. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? Another one I will talk about is Our Sunny Days.
Okay.
So it is another BL, of course. You can't take the BL out of me. So this one's on Lesson, if anybody is wanting to read it. But basically, Our Sunny Days is a manhwa where this guy is like ex-military. He was in the US at one point, and his ex-girlfriend got pregnant. They broke up. Then he found out that she had the kid and she didn't want the kid. And so he ends up having to quit the military, move back to Korea with his baby. And he moves to like this really small town. And it's just like him and his like really adorable baby, just living their best lives. And the mayor / the person that kind of runs the town, like, because it's a really small town, he like kind of takes them under his wing and like starts to help take care of the baby and stuff. Oh, it's so cute, you guys. Really recommend it. The art is incredible. The person that is the author / illustrator, they had another popular series that I literally cannot remember the name of right now. Unromantic Romance, that's the other one. They also did 1,000 Cranes, for anybody that is familiar with that. So they're a really, really incredible author, and their art is also incredible. So if you really like their other stuff, you'll love this. Our Sunny Days is, I would argue, some of their best work. So that's my recommendation. It's so good.
Cool. I'll stick with light novel, and that will be The Wandering Witch: The Journey of Elena.
I own several of those, and I have not read any of them.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, Elena's a traveling witch, and what I really like about this series is she's not going around for like the sole purpose of like trying to like be a hero or like fixing the world or whatever. She's literally just traveling, and it's just her stories of what she encounters when she travels. And some people have a problem because like she will literally, like, horrible things will happen and she'll just like leave, or she'll just accept it. Obviously if it like involves her, or like if she's paid to fix something, she will. She loves money, she loves bread.
Who doesn't?
But yeah, right. But she is totally fine not like being the hero. She's totally like things will affect her. Like she'll get upset and stuff when she leaves. But sometimes she'll just accept like that's the way that town was or whatever. But then you get like lighthearted stories where she'll meet like the same, like she'll meet like a traveling band of brothers or whatever, and they'll all be like, oh, this guy's a strong man, this dude is fast, or just random ridiculous things. She went to a town where they worshipped cats.
As they should.
She went to a town where she had to stomp on grapes, and then everyone worshipped her because she was like the grape maiden or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, she looked really good. So, yeah, I mean, Elena's just, herself. She does have some very like touching relationships with like her student. She trained another witch up, and then she has a mentor. She's time traveled. She's done a whole bunch of crazy stuff. But they're all like great stories. And yeah, read Elena.
I really do want to read it. I really do want to read it, but that's just it's one of the things that fell into the abyss of my bookshelf.
It's also a super quick read. I think like every time a new one of those comes out, I like read through that entire thing the night I get it.
I'm busy. I'm busy reading 106 other books.
You're busy reading 109,000 page My Hero Academia.
Oh my god! Did I tell you that I stumbled onto My Hero Academia fanfiction?
No, and we don't need to talk about it. Tell me your next recommendation or favorite thing.
Okay, my next recommendation / favorite thing is it's just one volume. It's a shorter one. It's a thicker volume, but it is just one. It's called Our Dining Table. It's a Japanese manga. It's about a lonely salaryman who is he's estranged from his family. He doesn't really have any connections. He's just like super freaking lonely. It's so sad. But he finds it difficult to eat with other people, and so he won't go out with his coworkers. He like can't make friends, like stuff like that. And so one day in the park, he meets these two brothers. Like there's like a really young brother and then like an older brother. And they he had like made something, and the little kid asked to try it, and so he tries it, and he's like, oh, this is really good. And so they like ask him to like visit and like teach them how to cook because they don't know how. And so he like starts teaching them how to cook, and then he starts being able to eat with them, and it's just a really, really cute manga. Again, it's just one volume, you're in and out. And it is some of the coziest little stories that you'll ever read.
Cool.
Okay, your turn.
My next one is one of the best series that I've ever read in anything, and it's called Torture Princess. So a guy named Kaito, he gets viciously murdered. And then in the other world, the torture princess Elizabeth, she's doing a spell at the same time, and her like spell binds his soul to like a golem that she was making to be like basically her butler around her big castle or whatever. And so Elizabeth's been sentenced to death because she's the torture princess. She murdered a whole bunch of people to get like a whole bunch of power or whatever. But there's also like 12 like demons of hell that are running loose, and they've delayed her execution until she kills them. and then they get a robot maid who's like also kind of not a robot. And yeah, it's those three. And the first 6 volumes are the arc about the demons and everything leading up to that. And then the rest of the volumes are what happens after. And I can't really say what that is because it would just spoil. The first 6 volumes are more of Kaito's arc rather than Elizabeth's. And then the rest of the volumes are Elizabeth's arc on coming to terms with things. But it has some of the most gorgeous artwork that I've ever seen. Like Elizabeth's design is so freaking gorgeous. Yeah, read Torture Princess.
I will say I did buy the first volume of that, and it's just sitting on my iPad.
Yeah, of course. Everything's sitting on your iPad.
Well, no, some of it's on my shelf.
Or in a storage.
Yeah, well.
Regardless,
that was on purpose.
Everything is sitting.
Yeah. That's true. Okay. My next one that I'm going to recommend is Hisu in Class 2. I would give all of my unnecessary body parts to have this made into like an anime. But this is a Korean manhwa. It's done. Most of the ones that I've recommended are completely done. Only Our Sunny Days isn't finished. But it's basically about this. I love this freaking story so much. So it's about this person named Hisu, who is in love with his best friend. And he basically cheers his best friend on from the sidelines and like listens to all his girl problems and just kind of like, tries to help him along, even though he's in love with him. And then one day there's a rumor that starts that like Hisu in Class 2, if you talk to him about your love problems, he'll help you and then everything will work out kind of thing, right? Like it's like good luck to go talk to him about your love problems. Yeah, I've probably explained it to you before because I love this story. So it's like, oh, you can go to Hisu and he'll help you out and, he'll resolve all your problems. And he's like suddenly the center of attention and he doesn't know what to do and he can't even figure out his own crush. So it's him trying to figure out how to give everybody love advice and crazy stuff happens. And yeah, it's really, really cute. Very, very fluffy romance. So really recommend. I believe that one's on Lezen as well.
Okay. One more each?
I have 2 if that works.
That's totally fine. Okay. The last one I'm going to do is another light novel called A Sister's All You Need.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with any of that trope.
Not even step siblings?
No, not even.
Okay, I'm shocked.
Yeah, nothing to do. I mean, so it focuses on. No.
Okay.
Listen. Okay, so it focuses on a light novel writer.
Okay.
And he, in his stories, like in his light novels, always makes the little sister like the main like heroine or whatever. Okay. So that's where it's coming from. And then he also has a sister, but he doesn't know it because his younger sister dresses up as a boy anytime she goes and visits him. But like people are like huge fans of his work. He's friends with the light novel authors. It focuses a lot on like the light novel industry, different like deadlines, publication, things like that. And yeah, I mean, there is romance between some of the other characters, like the other light novel authors, and him and everything. But it's a very wholesome and very cute story. They mostly just use the sister theme in his writings for comedy. That, and he will sometimes say he wishes he had a little sister, not knowing that he does.
Okay.
But no, yeah, it's good. Also as an anime, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Which you might have seen, because there is a famous scene that goes around where Nayuta one time got on like vacation and she like sucks on an egg. I don't know if you've ever seen this clip.
That sounds weirdly familiar, but I can't like place it off the top
She
of my
like
head.
really she like really sucks on this egg and starts like licking it really like sexually.
Yeah, maybe I have seen that. Freaking internet. Yeah. It sounds good. I'm glad that it's not incest. You know, Japan unfortunately falls into that sometimes. It's like a illness they can't escape. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do a webtoon and then a manga.
Okay.
So my webtoon, the last one I'm gonna give, is Sign. That it's literally called Sign, like SIGN. And it is on Lezen as well. So basically, it is about this guy who gets a job at a cafe, and he finds out that the owner is deaf. And so he uses sign, shockingly. So it's about the deaf cafe owner and the person that works there. But the cafe owner was not born deaf. So so he can speak still. He just can't hear himself speak. So he doesn't speak very often because he doesn't want people to talk to him because he can't hear them. But when he does use his voice, the cafe, like the worker, is like freaked out because he's really attracted to his voice. But he like doesn't ever use his voice. Anyways, it's a really funny. They like kind of use it as like a comedy bit where it's like he talks and then the guy's like, "What is happening?" Like because he's like falling in love with this guy's voice, even though, anyways. But it's really good. I really love the side characters in this one. I really love the main characters in this one. I have read this all the way through probably 3 times, and I think it's like 115 chapters. So I've read through this all the way 3 times. I really enjoy it. It's really fun. This one is definitely spicy. I think out of all of them, this is definitely the spiciest one. But it's really, really cute. So that's one. Do you have anything else you want to throw out, or do you want me to just jump to the last one?
No, you're good.
So the last one, I kind of wanted to throw it back just because, like, I remember really enjoying this when I was a lot younger reading this manga. And I think that the manga is really something special if you can get your hands on it. I have no idea if it's in print or not still. But there's a manga that's a shoujo called Kitchen Princess. Have you read this?
No, I've never even heard of this.
So it's an older, like, it's a very cutesy. If you saw the art, you would know exactly where the genre is going. You'd know immediately. But it's a cooking romance manga that is basically, it's just about this girl that wants to win like this cooking competition, and it's just a really cute romance. But basically she's a 13-year-old girl who's searching for her flan prince, a boy who rescued her from drowning as a young girl and brought a little happiness to her life after her parents' death. She is wanting to become a chef. She's practicing cooking. She goes to like this cooking school, all of that fun stuff. So it's very cute. It's just like a little shoujo, obviously. They're pretty young characters. So yeah, it's just really cute. My favorite thing though, is that so there's 10 volumes. At the end of every single volume, if you go to the very back, after the chapters, like after the story is done, there is a recipe, and it's an actual recipe from something that happened in that volume. And it's like the kitchen princess teaching you how to make one of the items from that volume. And so there's like 10 like little like cute recipes that will teach you.
Every volume I saw just had her in a different like cooking outfit on the cover.
Yep.
I was like, oh, like this is a cute art style, cute thing they're doing.
It's really cute. It's if you just want something like light and fluffy, like I really do recommend it. Like it's pretty old at this point. The original run was from 2004 to 2008. So it's like over.
It's crazy. It's a prequel to Food Wars, you know?
Yeah, Shohige Soma, when they were kids, is Kitchen Princess. No, it's really good.
That's
I do
his
recommend
mom.
it. So check it out. thought I would throw it back to something older. So, all right, guys, I think that'll do it for us. That'll do, pig.
What? Words are hard. I get it.
No, like the quote, like the "that'll do, pig." You know?
No.
Have you not seen that? It's
"That'll do, pig."
Yeah, isn't that? I'm getting gaslit right now, you guys.
From Babe?
Yeah.
From like the 1998 movie Babe? Is that what you just quoted? I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's from Babe. Yeah, but he's like,
sorry,
I don't. He goes,
I don't
"That'll
readily
do, pig. That'll do."
I don't readily keep Babe at the front of my mind.
That was one of those times that my mouth overtook my brain and my body, and I just said it before I even realized what I was saying. But yeah.
Well, now I'm gonna quote that all the time. So
you should. It's a good one.
That'll do, pig.
We were finished. We finished with our topic, so I was like, "That'll do, pig." Like we finished. We finished the topic.
Read the names and get out of here.
Thank you guys so much for taking the time to hang out with us today. Special shout out to our current patrons. We have Alpaca Tom, Fabulous Breanna, Breanna's mom, Breanna's brother, Lindsay, Nikolai at Night, Cypher Primus, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, Mimi J, David Hotright, Dave Harp, the Xbox Expansion Pass, Lee Navarro, Silicana, Ellery Woods Parker III, Shelby Chad, and Rick Davis. Where can people find you, Kyle?
Discord.
You can find me playing Astrobot. No, just kidding. You can find me at Fabulous Breanna, FABULISTBREANNA. You can find Save the Game Media at Save Game Media on Twitter, Save the Game Media everywhere else. Please come join our Patreon list. From this point forward, we really are trying to grow our nation. So if you do want to join the reincarnation, you should join the Patreon.
The war is coming. Do you want to be on the right side of history?
That's so true. That's so true. All right, guys. Yeah. We will.
That'll do, pig.
Exactly. Yeah, Kyle. We'll see you next week.